Cannot believe how rotten my brain is. Why did I think this was gonna be easy? I want to spend a full week learning Japanese. I've been here for 2 months now in Japan. Realistically, I haven't learned any Japanese since I've been here. Like, nothing. I've learned a little things to get me through convenience store runs, but I've learned nothing that I hadn't known before I got here. Before I got here, I knew a little bit of Japanese. I did all my hiragana, but I didn't do anything more than that. And other than like the Duolingo streak of hell, I did not do any other prep before moving to a foreign country. This is my plan for the week. First, I'm going to start with hiragana. Second, I'm going to do katakana. Third, I want to do kanji if I can. Fourth, if I can even get there, I want to do basic phrases and vocab, stuff like that. But to start off, I'm going to go right back over hiragana and then start katakana and hope it takes me a couple days and I'm done with it because I know how bad it was last time. I'm going to go meet Jen at a cafe now and start studying there. I'm back home now. I've been doing hiragana practice all day. I've been using Tofugu's hiragana quiz, and it's a really good resource if you're looking to learn Japanese and get your hiragana and katakana down. I will say though that you need to use a different resource to begin because it doesn't show you what each symbol is, it's just for memorizing. But it is a really good resource if you've got a baseline knowledge. I was doing it all afternoon, and since I've been home, I've pretty much got it down 100%. There's a few little things that I can still work on. I'm able to complete the full quiz, no problems. Usually my mistakes are just typos anyway, so I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm going to do a few more of these and then I'm going to start moving on to katakana. All day tomorrow, I'm going to work on katakana fully, and hopefully by the end of tomorrow, I've got hiragana and katakana down. So I've been using my notebook all day and writing down the different attempts and what I got wrong. At the beginning, I was making a lot of the same mistakes, so it was kind of easy to fix my mistakes. And then obviously a lot of my knowledge comes from when I previously was learning Japanese. It's kind of easier for me to start hiragana. Katakana is going to be interesting because I genuinely, other than the ones that look similar, I'm starting from scratch. I will keep doing this for a little bit and then see you tomorrow when I start doing katakana. Welcome back. I am going to do katakana today. I might lose my mind if I don't finish it today. That's kind of where I'm at. I need to just slam all of these symbols into my brain. And if I'm being honest, it's taking me so long to remember these characters. And I also realized that as I'm doing katakana, I'm forgetting hiragana. Ugh. I also realized I was doing a little bit last night. I know the characters, but if I think about how to draw the characters, especially hiragana, because I know that now, like if I looked at a symbol, I could recognize it. If I thought about how to write it, I wouldn't know how to. So that's a problem that I'm going to have to address at some point. I'm pretty sure this is what it's like to lose your mind. I close my eyes and I see those characters now. I cannot believe how rotten my brain is from just staring at symbols for so long. I'm probably going to take a lunch break and watch something. It's going to be in Japanese, so I don't stop technically learning. But holy shit, is my brain struggling to remember these characters. Like, all the mistakes I'm making is just because all those characters just get smashed together, and when I'm trying to do it at speed, I just can't. I can't focus, I can't slow down, my brain is just mush. So that's good. So I'm gonna take that break, then I'm gonna come back, do more. Where are we at? About halfway through basic set katakana. After basic set, so I've got the N's to do, the H's to do, M, Y, R, and W's, or the kind of extra sets. And then I've got to do the extended sets, which is the G, Z, D, B, P, then it's the KYAs or KYs, SH, yeah, it's... Okay, I think I just need a break, then I'll come back, hopefully be of more sound mind. 自分のことはっきり言えるし、これ
くらいの
Time to go back.
I'm gonna call it a night. I've been doing katakana all day and I've made a lot of progress, but my brain is just cooked. I feel like my brain is the equivalent of if you had a tomato sauce bottle and you didn't shake it after a while and that watery tomato sauce came out. That is the contents of my brain currently. So I'm gonna cook dinner, wait for Jen to get home, we're gonna have dinner and watch a Japanese movie, which counts as study, and then I'm just gonna call it a night and hope to God I do not forget everything I learned while I sleep. Good morning. After doing katakana all of yesterday, I just did a little bit this morning and I've retained pretty much all of the stuff I did yesterday, which is good. It means that I don't have to backpedal today. I'm more than halfway through katakana now. I've still got to do it today. The plan is finish katakana today and hopefully be able to move on to something else. I'm gonna do a little bit now, then I have to step out for a bit. I've realized that the more that I learn these katakana, the harder it becomes to kind of memorize them when I'm doing that full set quiz. I can say now that I have finished the full basic set of katakana, which is the hard part. I've got to head off soon, so I won't be coming back to this until the afternoon. Hopefully by the afternoon, I can redo the full basic set quiz, have everything correct, or, you know, I'll figure out where my weaknesses are and fix those. I'm kind of on track to finish katakana today. I'm back home. I won't lie, I'm a little nervous to do this first katakana test. I haven't touched it for a few hours now. I know that I did well this morning, but it doesn't mean that I haven't slowly forgotten things. I'm not going to show you this test because I'm sure you've seen enough already, but I'll show you the results. If it's really bad, then I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to complain with that score. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to start doing the rest of it now. Honestly, if I can smash it out in an hour and a half, I'll be over the moon. I'm tired, man. I'm so sick of these characters. I made the mistake of rushing trying to finish these, and I've now created the what the fuck list. These words make zero sense to me. Like I'm sure they make sense compared to everything else on the list and every other part of katakana that fits together. Like hiragana, it just makes sense. These words make zero sense. For example, the symbol for you and I together, that creates WI. The symbol for T and the symbol for E to write it, it's THI. I don't know where that H came from, but it's there. The symbol for do and the symbol for U becomes do. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to take a break before I slam my head into a pen. It is a whole new day today. The plan is katakana gone. I know I've said it like 3 times, but I want it gone. I need to go back over the what the fuck list, make sure I know it 100%, or make sure it makes sense. I'm saying it for the last time. I do not want to see these characters again. And then maybe kanji, who knows? Just something different. It's the second last day before I kind of finish up this challenge. So I want to have some progress other than go over the things that I already learned and touch something that I should have done before I even got to this country. So I'm gonna do some study now on katakana or the what the fuck list, and then do one final test and hope that I have it done. Katakana is finally done. I got 98%. I only missed 2, but they were mistypes, so I'm feeling pretty confident. I have noticed though, as I've gone and done more katakana tests, you know, I started out really strong, I was doing them really fast, and now that I'm doing all of them, I'm just like really slow at putting in the answers, and mainly because a lot of the characters are very similar, so you kind of have to give yourself a second to make sure you're putting in the right character. I'm probably not going to do any more today, purely based on the fact that it took me forever to kind of familiarize myself with the what the fuck list, but I'm pretty confident now. I think the plan of attack for tomorrow is I'm going to smash out a few kanji. I honestly have no idea how that's going to go. I haven't touched kanji either, and I know kanji is a different beast altogether. I've learned a little bit of Chinese previously, so maybe that'll help a little. I have no idea. And then if I can, I would love to do some phrases and vocab. I'm just going to have to wait and see until tomorrow and hope for the best. It's finally the 5th and final day. Honestly, I'm really happy to be at this point. I think after forcing myself to learn Japanese for 5 days straight, and not like a normal rate where you just do a little bit and then hold on to that, just continuing to force myself to learn it, I am over it. Not that I haven't had a lot of fun learning Japanese. I'm still gonna keep learning Japanese, but not at this level. This has been kind of insane. I really don't know if there was any benefit to doing it like this. Who knows, in a week I might forget it all. Nevertheless, we are on kanji finally after being in katakana jail. I have done a little bit before starting this video. I did a little bit of the mnemonics. And if you don't know what mnemonics is, it's kind of like an identifier in more complex kanji. So you'll get smaller little symbols within the complex kanji and be shown like pictures or something to know how to recognize it. So it helps you with those really complex kanji be able to break it down and still somewhat understand what it's saying or meaning. I'm just about to move on to actual kanji. I'm going back to old school textbook today, not doing quizzes or anything like that. I just want to see how far I can get. I've got no real aim for today. What I've been doing for pretty much all day is just doing the mnemonics and then finally getting into the kanji. A lot of the mnemonics are obviously the same as the kanji and they mean the same thing as the mnemonics, which is helpful because it'll help you remember those kanji easily. It is hurting my brain more than katakana, more than hiragana. It's so different to anything. I'm going to keep going. Hopefully soon I will hit a point where I'm happy and I'm just going to call it quits for the 5 days because I'm not sure how much I can handle. I think this is where I call the 5-day challenge kind of quits. I've been doing kanji all day and it has been kind of mind-blowing at how difficult it is. Like compared to hiragana or katakana, it's just a different beast. If you've been learning Japanese at all or doing hiragana or katakana, you probably will recognize some of these symbols, which is good. You know what they mean, so if you were to read them, then you would know what they mean. But that's just kind of the beginning of the understanding of it. So there's 2 different readings of kanji. And it's called onyomi and kunyomi. Kunyomi is the traditional Chinese, or close to the traditional Chinese pronunciation, because a lot of the kanji originally come from Chinese characters, and onyomi is the ancient Japanese pronunciation of the characters. A lot of those characters have been created by the Japanese, so they needed to create a new pronunciation of the word. I've been doing the basics. I've just been doing Anki and some other resources. I'm just doing like the N5 kind of sets so I can kind of familiarize myself with the basics, or what I consider the basics for N5. And if you don't know what N5 is the bottom tier of the Japanese learning system. It goes from N5 to N1. N1 is pretty much proficient. N5 is like a basic understanding or conversational understanding. But yeah, these 5 days have been kind of excruciating in its own way. I'm really glad I did it because I think it's given me a lot of perspective in going back and relearning what I've forgotten and pushing myself to learn Japanese again, especially since I'm in the country and I haven't been putting as much effort as I should have been. Although I benefited from doing this over the last 5 days and pushing myself to learn all these new things, I think I have caused my brain more damage than I have input knowledge into it. So with that being said, I'm not going to stop learning Japanese. I'm going to keep going. This is just motivation to keep going, I guess. But I'm going to do it at my own pace. But that's it for the end of the 5 days. And at the start, I said learning Japanese in 5 days or lobotomy. I think lobotomy won.